You all to our Thursday 1:30 p.m. session on home screen tips and management for your iPad and iPhone Apple device. Thank you so much. I'm going to read our disclaimer. The WildTech DC Senior Digital Inclusion Program is owners and presenters out for technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the info and any apps or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thanks so much for letting me read the disclaimer. If you cannot see us here, see the screen, please let us know in the chat. As always, make sure you keep your TVs and cell phones in mind, but as always, take notes and your screenshots, and you can review the information as much as you'd like. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here on my device, and let's go ahead and get started. Thank you all so much. Great attendance today. Make sure you let your Wild Check friends know to come on. And again, this session will be on our YouTube channel. So again, looking forward to it. All right. So our agenda for today is our apps and widgets management. Okay, we're going to be covering a little bit of that and having our overview and discussion. So keeping it very simple today. Hope you have a snack and drink next to you so you can again enjoy in all different ways. So first up, we are going to look at changing the wallpaper on your Apple device. So again, iPhone, iPad. If you have both or either or, then please, follow along. It's always great to switch up how your home screen looks. You can choose an image or a photo, a live photo, still images, but there are also many other options that have, been updated or upgraded into your device. So I'm going to showcase this, and I love for one of you all to also showcase it as well. If you would like to change your wallpaper on your iPad, here are the steps that you are going to take a look at. You're going to go to Settings, Wallpaper, and add a new wallpaper. So it's very, very easy to do so. Okay, so Settings, Wallpaper, add a new wallpaper. Okay, all right, wallpaper. So we're going to go to Settings on the device. Again, I use my home button. You're going to be using the home button a lot, of course, on the iPad in general, but use it to switch between different apps. Again, if I'm on this screen, I can hit my home button to go straight to my first screen. So that's a tip, another tip as well. Very convenient. So I'm going to go into settings. All right. And on the left-hand side, you're going to scroll, and it should be in the top half section. See, it says wallpaper. And there you go. If you've made multiple, you can make multiple wallpapers. I've made, these are some of the ones I've done in the past. And, I've been with you all quite a bit. So as you can see, there are many different things that she can do with your wallpaper. You can do emojis, you can use still images, one of Apple's images, you can use your own photos. And so if you're looking at one that you're not using, then you see at the top it says set as current. Okay, so if I even go to my phone right here, so I'm on my iPhone right here, I went to settings and I went to wallpaper. So it looks the exact same on the phone, iPhone than the iPad, which is great. I love that integration, right? So if you want to set one of your old ones, then please hit set as current. You can also edit any wallpapers you've made. So if I wanted to edit this one or add widgets to this one, then you can do so. But I'm going to create a brand new wallpaper. Okay, so look at that. You could do photos, photo shuffle, live photo. You could do emojis, color, astronomy, weather. Depending on your device, you may see some different options. Okay, but look, some of the featured ones include a Unity rhythm. I like this style. That's pretty cool. You see you can drag your finger once you select one and choose some different filters. I just hit cancel though at the top left to get out. But you could just do a simple color, right? That is perfectly fine. I like this kind of hue, kind of ombre effect. That seems pretty nice. And if you look at the top right, I mean bottom right, sorry, you can change the color of a lot of the wallpapers. So if your favorite color is blue or purple or green, any color, you can even adjust the shade and the depth, right? I do like purple. That's one of my favorite colors, but I love blue. I like this blue right here. Yes. So again, there are many different styles that you can do. The weather is very neat. So it shows you the weather for your location. So your background is literally your weather channel, or your wallpaper is your weather channel. I think that's really cool. Again, weather, kaleidoscope, lots of different options. Let's go with uh let's go with this one, the hello. That's pretty cool. Again, just swiping through. Okay. Sometimes, okay, that one came up a little slow. That's okay. Sometimes, I even have to be patient with myself when you using uh the iPad and some features. Just some features may take a little longer than others. We'll go back to the color. And once you add a wallpaper, try to edit one, you can do many things. You can add widgets. We're going to talk about what these are, but mini apps essentially. So I can have a news, I can have my clock, I can have the weather, uh, my Zoom widgets, etc. I can choose from any of these here on the left-hand side and choose the widget for that. So if I want like tips, then there you go. You see my widgets are full on the left-hand side. You can tap the time and choose a different style. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's kind of okay. I like white. White looks pretty cool on this. And then at the top where it says Thursday 28, you can choose a widget or adjust. So instead of the time at the top right, I may want the weather. So you see it says 78 degrees. That's pretty neat, right? Again, you can drag through and get different tones, different filters, but that looks pretty good. So once you're done, you're going to hit add at the top right and then hit set as wallpaper pair. Again, add new wallpaper. You choose one or you choose an option at the top. You can use photos from your Photos app, color. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go to this one. Once you're done editing all of the things with the wallpaper, you hit add, and I usually hit set as wallpaper pair. And there you go. But I'm going to go back to this one since we just did this one fully out. But isn't that a stark difference? I like it. It looks really neat. Um, has someone changed their wallpaper while we chatted on the phone today? Anyone change their wallpaper? Or I can assist someone with changing their wallpaper if you would like. Anyone, any thoughts? You can unmute yourself and share. This is
I um
And
I I tried to get to my photo album. I can use a picture from that, right?
So you would go to settings, you would hit add a new wallpaper. After you go to wallpaper, you hit add new wallpaper, and then you
Mm-hmm.
see it says photos. You can do one photo or you could do a photo shuffle. So you can have multiple photos kind of rotate throughout the day.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I changed my wallpaper.
Oh, you
I,
want to,
I
uh-huh.
I
You want
I
to
just
take
did it.
it?
I just went to wallpaper. I went to wallpaper, and then it said add new wallpaper, and then I chose the one I wanted, which was the weather, and then
Mm-hmm.
it said add widgets, and I added some widgets, and
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I did.
I know that's right, Geraldine. You like the new changes?
I like the new changes, but I have to get used to it. Since it's new.
Yeah, I mean new wallpaper. It's a new look. It's a change.
Yeah, it's a change. Yeah, it's something different.
Yeah, something you got to switch it. I remember yesterday, comfort and comfort zone and growth and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So I love that. Thank
I
you.
did that.
Anyone else change their wallpaper or have any questions for it?
Well, I just changed mine too.
Okay. What'd
Yeah.
you do? Weather, you did the plant.
No, it was one with a lot of different colors. I thought it was pretty, so I selected that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You. I love that. It's a little change here and there is always stimulates the brain.
Yes.
But you can make it real personal, have some very cherished photos, or and the shuffle. I love the shuffle. Every time you lock it, it changes the image. You could do that, or every like hour, I think you can make it change. So you could really be creative with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So pretty simple, but pretty fun feature, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it says add widget.
Yeah, so when you get to the ad, so I'm glad you're doing it on the call. That's the whole point. I hope everyone on the call is on their Apple device, adjusting their wallpaper for a brand new change. So yes, when you hit add widgets, you get a list of different widgets. So it's just the kind of I would choose the apps that you use the most. So like I love uh, the weather widget, the news widget. I do like the stream, for my streaming services, I have the widget because sometimes I can go immediately back to a episode straight from the lock screen.
It
Okay.
says location access needed.
Yes, for some of them, it's so you would probably click on that. Or for whatever app it is, you would go to settings and then adjust those settings so that way you can utilize it. So probably for the weather, yeah, it's definitely needed. So you can either hit that where it says location, or you can hold the app and you may see some options. All right. Okay, well, just let me know if you have any wallpaper questions, y'all, and or if you want to showcase or talk about your new one or share about it. So thank you. Our next is just again moving apps. You can change the layout of your home screen. It doesn't have to be the way it is or that you see it. You can move apps. There are different ways to get this started. You can either touch and hold any app on the or widget on the screen, or you can touch and hold on an open space as shown on the image that you all see. So, and either way, the app should be shaking. Okay. And then you can drag the app or widget to either a location on the same screen, another screen, and you do that by dragging the app or widget on the edge of the screen. So I'm going to showcase this. I'm going to go over it again. Again, there are many different ways to do the same thing on on many devices. So let me go here. Okay, so I have this screen full of apps. So if I want to move an app, so let's say I know which one, like this one, I hold and I drag. Do you see that? Pretty simple, right? And that's how you get the apps to start to shake, and you can move it within a screen or out of a screen. Okay, so you can just start off like that. Or if you want to start off just by with this app shaking, you see on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, like the image shows, or even you see in between the last row, I have that open space. So it's pretty lenient on where you hold the screen. It's just don't have your finger on an app if you're just trying to make the app start to shake. Because if you hold an app, you see all these different things come up, like, able to delete it and other things. So, yes, once you have the apps to start to shake, if you just don't, maybe if you just want to move one app, you hold and drag, right? Just itself. Hold and drag. So again, trying to show it on video too. You hold and drag. Okay. Hold and drag. So you hold it for like half a second, I would say. Hold and drag. Of course, this is how you can delete apps as well. You notice on every single icon, there is a minus sign. So if I hit minus for this app, then that's how you can delete an app. Okay. Or, you can also delete an app. If you don't use an app anymore, you can hold it and then hit remove app. So again, different ways to do the same thing. So I'm not going to delete this one. But yes. So you hold this open space or hold the app you want to move and drag. If you hold an open space, you let go and then you move and drag as you please. So look at that, y'all. So let me do a widget. So this is a widget I added. We'll talk about adding widgets in just a second, but we did a little bit last week too. You can move apps and or apps icons, in any way. So you can really customize your screen however you see fit. Okay, again, you hold, you drag the icon. You can either drag it to the edge of a screen to move it. Maybe it's a really important app like calculator, like this, the calculator app. I, is that iPad's calculator? Let me see. Let me type in. Oh, I'll show you how to get to this. Okay, yes, and that wasn't the iPad's calculator app, but I access this. This is called Spotlight, you guys. This screen, you may have seen it before or use it. I hope you do. It's very convenient. Um, you don't start your finger from the very top because that's how you get your notifications, right? You drag your finger down from the very top. You drag your finger down from the middle like this just slightly, and that's how you can get the spotlight. That's just another way to search for apps and other things like settings, reminders, tips, right? So this spotlight is very useful. You swipe down a little bit, starting from the middle, just like very small. So look, the calculator app. So I can hold and drag it and add it. You can do that too, y'all. Um, you can also do that in the app library. Remember we learned about the app library? It's at the very bottom right of the screen where you can see all of your apps. You can also hold and drag and add an app. You can have more than one icon for the app. I have the Zoom here. I have it in another screen. Oops, I do have another screen. There's Zoom. You can have, apps in multiple screens as well. So the iPad is very versatile, y'all. I know maybe a lot. It took a long time, and I'm still learning about all the little ch tips and tricks that you can do. So, it'll be the same for all of us. But yes, that is how you can move apps and widgets. So, anyone tested this out yet, or have you just been moving things around, moving and making it any formation? So look, again, I can have this screen, I can make it look like a L if I wanted to. I can move this icon here and here, make it really aesthetic, right? I can move this widget over here, move this down here. You can adjust your screen any way you would like. Again, by holding the screen and then moving things, or you can just directly hold on the app or widget and then move it to your desired location. Um, you can also move the bottom list of apps. So the bottom, you see that's called the dock. You see no matter what screen I am on, you all see the dock stays at the bottom. It's very convenient for many things. So like I have messages, calendar, my photos. Those are apps that you can, I use every day. So if you use an app every day, it's really important to have it in, to the dock, I think. So if you wanted to add a widget, or an app to the dock, you can simply hold and drag. Isn't that convenient? You can also move them out of the right? So I do Duolingo every day. So I'm going to put my Duolingo on my dock. So no matter what screen I'm on, I can always access that app. So again, have you all tried moving some apps and widgets around? Maybe to your dock or to another screen? You can unmute and share. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I've moved them around. Added uh some to my dock. I get on TikTok, so I always try to have TikTok in my dock,
Yeah, no matter what screen you're on,
no
you
matter what screen I'm on.
you can access it from the bottom.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you. Again, if you use an app all the time, like, honestly, I think everyone should have Zoom in the dock. We all,
Yeah, I have Zoom in the dock.
so that's a good idea. You could do that. But again, any apps that are, that you use quite a bit, you can put there. I try to make it kind of look how you all, most of you all receive the device, but yes, it's very convenient. Very convenient. Okay. But again, any thoughts on others? It may take a second, which is okay. Anyone else adjusted their wallpaper, or again, talk about moving their apps and widgets? You can all share, but just going into kind of what we just did, you can put your apps into folders. So for me, I don't mind it, but like looking at a full screen of apps, it can be a lot, sometimes. So, and I have quite a bit of screens too. So that's just, I've had the iPad for a while. So sometimes if you download a lot of apps, you see, we've downloaded a lot of apps together, y'all. Again, hopefully you're looking at the screen and seeing some apps that we've covered in the past or that you use. We've done quite a bit. So, yes, I'm going to, if I want to move an app into a folder, and for me, I have like two screens on my phone. I just have two screens. I use folders and just apps itself. So I try to do folders for maybe apps sometimes that I don't use as much. So maybe like my bills, like I don't look at my bills app like every single day. So I may group them in a folder, but I do just have a games folder. These are all the games that I do play, in a regular basis and in one folder. So there are many different ways you can use folders on your device. So for me, or if you want to put an app or make a folder, you can simply hold and drag an app into another app. You see how it looks when you do that? So I'm gonna do it for these games right here, right? So I hold this, there you go. You just hold the app and you drag it into the folder. Or look, I can do this, make another folder. So maybe you can be pedantic and do like a word games folder and a puzzle games folder. I don't know, I just put it all under games for me, but you can make multiple folders again.
I
Right.
did that on last week. I put
Mm-hmm.
them in the apps that I was not using on a regular basis, and
Mm.
I moved Messenger because I use Messenger a lot. I put that at the bottom.
At the dot. I love it.
Yes.
Yay. That's amazing, right?
Yeah.
So,
So
Yes,
Al,
it
you just
was.
hold them and put them on top of each other. That's how it's making the folder.
oh, that's very simple. Again, if you want an app in a folder, if you have not made the folder yet, you drag one app onto the other, let go, and it makes a folder. And then once you do, you can put all the apps that you want into that folder. And again, look, if I wanted to go to this page and go put it in this folder, I could do that. I typically put the folder into the screen. So maybe
Hmm.
if you're doing like a big summer cleanup, like maybe I'll put this folder here, and again, I'll put, all the games in this folder. Right? I just have one games folder, and then I just move the folder from screen to screen, and I just kind of put them all into that folder, and it just cleans things up, right? I have a lot of screens. Like it looks like I have about like 10 screens of apps. So it's, it would be good for me to
Yeah.
kind of organize it. If I don't go through every single app that's on the iPad. I mean, no one does, right? But it's good to, have some organization here. So yes, maybe it'll look a little different next time you see this, but yes.
Yeah. I have a question. Is it usual or regularly done? Because it looks like I had some apps on my screen, and lo and behold, I didn't have them on the screen. I had to I downloaded them again. For instance, at one time I had Keynote, I had Pages, I had Notes, and then suddenly I had Gip, and suddenly I didn't have them.
Well, Yvonne, things sometimes just not happen, but when you do get to the screen, sometimes I have maybe accidentally deleted an app sometime. But what I'm thinking is what is happening is you see some of these icons here on my screen, it has a little cloud icon next to the name or the title. So, apps shouldn't just be off your device, or, you have to manually delete apps. They can't just delete themselves. But what your device can do if it's low on storage, remember we talked about in storage about offloading apps. So
Yeah,
that's
that might have been what happened
uh,
because I was
yeah.
getting back something saying I could not update because I didn't have enough storage. And maybe the device automatically deleted those apps.
Well, they're not deleted. So the message that you're saying, it may have to do again with, the iPad when before you got it, there were some apps preloaded. That's what it sounded like. Many of the all of the seniors in the call have experienced, the apps that were downloaded before you put your Apple account on there. So yes, at one point you may have had it, but needed to update it, but you weren't able to until you deleted that. Not deleted the app, but yes, you deleted the app and then you re-downloaded it under your Apple account. So again, that's why it's so important to know how to navigate your home screen and delete and just be aware of kind of, what's going on, what you can do in the home screen, okay?
I was just wondering if anyone else has had that happen.
Well,
I
they,
was.
I mean, they shouldn't. I'm not saying they shouldn't, but
Mm.
like fully delete, no. Offload, like you see again, some of mine. Again, it's just not deleting the app, but it's removing the size, but it's keeping the documents and data, basically your progress. Like if I was playing a game like this one right here, crossword, it saved like my progress, like what level I was at, etc. But the meat of the app is no longer on the device until I re-download it. If I re-download it, just like this app right here, now
Mhm.
it's downloading the app again, and then it will be I'll be able to reuse it. So that's good when if you don't normally do it. If you're in the app store and you see the cloud icon, again, that's when you know you did delete the app, but you can re-download it very easily. So that is what I'm thinking, what's happened. So you didn't do anything wrong. So don't think that, but it's just always good to be aware of what's going on your home screen, okay?
Okay.
Yes, no, you're good. You're good. You're good. So, um, yes. So anyone else has put their apps into folders or either on our call or a little bit before? We did talk a bit about this on Thursday, but I hope it's helpful in organizing um, your iPad. What you can do in a folder, when you go in the folder, I didn't talk about this. You see these that we did before? When you go into the folder, you see at the top, that's the title. You can adjust it. This is not a folder. Maybe I'll call it games. I would usually just have maybe one games folder, but maybe like fun games or not fun games, but you can title it however it is for you so you can easily identify it. Okay, so but I'm just gonna call this games, but I love it. Okay. You see the app start to shake, you can either just tap an open space or you can hit where it says done at the top right to make the apps not shake. When they're shaking, that's when you can adjust and move and delete apps and widgets and stuff. Okay. Can anyone has put their apps into folders or tested it out? Apps into folders.
I get stuck somewhere.
So if you're on your home screen, right, Louise?
I didn't get the app into photo. I'm looking for changing my location as it asks for.
Oh, okay. So that would be in if it's the weather app or widget, then try holding the app or the widget or going into settings, okay, Louise?
Yeah, I'm in settings now.
Yes. You can use the search bar. I try that, or you can go to apps at the very bottom on the left menu and then find the app that you want to adjust, okay?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Yes, no, I'm checking, seeing where you're at. So that's wonderful. All right, y'all. Uh, Thank you. So now we're going to go into what are widgets. We've talked about them, looked at them, but again, they are small, customizable, interactive displays that provide quick access to information or functionality from apps directly on your home screen. So I think of it as a mini app. So again, the weather widget, you can look at the weather without having to be in the weather app. This is the reminders widget. Again, you can check off and, check your reminders. And if you tap on any widget, it takes you to that, the app that it is. So the weather widget takes you, if you tap on it, it takes you to the weather app, etc. Okay. If you want to add widgets to your home screen, you do what we did before. You hold you make the app shake. So you hold any open space and you'll see that add button at the top left and you find what widget. But if you want a smart stack, okay, finally kind of learning what these are again, naming it, looking at the session over, these are smart stacks here. And these came by default on your device. Okay, these widgets right here in this manner. Okay, so these are widgets and in a smart stack. Again, different widgets in one. So I like how the homepage is set up. I have these 2 rows of apps, and then I have, these widgets up top with different different functions. Like the weather widget, I have my files widget, my music widget. It's really, really convenient. So if you want to add a widget or a smart stack, okay, you just first maybe choose the screen you want to add it to. So maybe I'll add it to this one. Make the app shake, okay? Hold the screen where there's an open space with your finger, and you'll see, actually it says edit at the top left. Okay, so you have the top left, top right. You have edit, then done. If you're done, you hit done. If you want to edit, basically add, or again, customize. So you can make the apps dark if you want. You see the change, right? You can have it automatically. So sunrise, sunset, you could do that. You can even do it tinted. Just how you want to see the different, icons, just how you navigate your home screen. So that was a new feature for iPad OS 18. Okay. You're gonna hit edit, and then you can also hit edit pages here. And you can basically, I can move this screen here, I can move this screen here. I can move this screen here. So you can, edit and move your screens around. So now this one's the second one. This is the third one, fourth one. You can do that too. Okay. Oops. All right. Let me go back here. Hold the screen and then hit edit. So you can add widgets when you hit add widget. And you can choose any of the suggestions here. So look, there are suggestions. There are so many suggestions that you see. Or again, you can do a smart stack. Automatically rotate widgets to show the most relevant information throughout the day and can also be flipped through easily. When you're in any of these, look at that, you can drag your finger and make it bigger or smaller, or different kinds of data. So look, for arts and culture, the Google app that we talked about, many different sizes, right? So you can do an individual widget, or again, you can do a stack of widgets. And then you hit add widget, then you can then add them. So let me hit add widget. Yeah, look at that. All these different widgets that they pre-add, but you can edit them if you like. So if you want to edit a widget, okay, so we learned how to add, well, I added a stack, but let me just add a regular widget. So let me go to my daily art. Okay, so look at my daily art app. I can choose any style. Oh, look, last masterpiece. That's new. Okay, I like this one. I like this widget, and then I'm going to hit add widget. Oh, this is the same one from the one before. This is just the single one. This is the stack right here, y'all. And then this is the singular widget. Again, I can tap on the widget to interact with it. So look, it takes me to the daily art page. I love this app. We talked about it quite a bit with together. Okay. So yes, let me go to slides. Okay, so anyone try adding a widget just now, or what is maybe your favorite widget that you've used or that you do use on your iPad? Again, you can unmute yourself and share. Any thoughts? You can delete widgets like you can delete apps. So just remember that too as well. Any thoughts on widgets?
I want to know how I could print out that list you had there on how to add widgets. You're going too fast for me. I'm really slow on this stuff. And I don't want a confusing screen like you have, for heaven's sakes. You're
Oh,
giving me too many options.
yeah, there's a, I mean, again, there's a lot that you can do. So I'll go back to this screen. If you're on
So-
your iPad, right, Miss Susan?
No, I have an iPhone here. I'm on my computer looking at this and I'd love to I'm trying to, I can't write it down fast enough. You move it.
Okay, so if you're on your computer now, if you know how to, I always recommend a screenshot like this. And
I don't
then
know how to do that either.
that's okay. And then you can review the video on our YouTube channel when it gets uploaded too. So write as much as you can, or and then you can also review it too. But I definitely understand. We're going over not quite a bit today, but a lot of navigation stuff. So I understand. So
Okay,
yeah,
how do you do the screenshot? I know I've been asked to do that and I didn't know how to do that. But that's
it,
probably so basic for your group. It's going backwards, right?
No, no, don't think of it like that. Everyone's at a different part, so it just depends on what device. If you're on your computer, that could be different depending on what computer that you're using. But if you're on your iPhone or iPad, usually it's going to be the power button and home button. You hit those at the same time. So I have my phone right here. So if I hit my home button and power button at the same time, it takes a screenshot of whatever's on your screen. But if you're viewing this
Okay.
on a computer, the next, I would maybe Google it and see how to do it on your specific computer. But if not, I recommend maybe taking a photo with your phone of this.
Okay, great. Yeah,
So
that's a good idea.
that, or again, watch the video when it's uploaded on our channel. That's also another option, okay?
Good. I just took a photo. Thank you.
My pleasure. Yeah, so I'll demo it one more time. If you want to add widgets to your screen, again, iPhone, iPad, you hold an open space on your home screen, and you'll see an edit button at the top left or add button, depending on your device, but you'll hit the edit, then you hit add widget, and then you can choose either one of the suggestions based off the list. You can go through and choose any single widget or a smart stack of different widgets. So thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
My pleasure. Anyone else experience with widgets, or what's your favorite widget that you use? I love the weather widget. You
Yeah.
see
And you
mine.
said tap on the open screen?
So anywhere where there's an open space, that's how you can get the apps to start to shake. And now you see it says edit at the top left-hand side, right? You see that on my end, Yvonne?
Well, I don't see edit anyplace.
So you
Top
held,
left, I have rec and the red button.
okay, are you on your home screen, Yvonne?
Yes, uh-huh.
So you
Well,
see,
I'm on yours. I'm looking at
no,
you.
so you're not going to be able to do it on mine, Yvonne.
Oh, okay. I've
You
got
have
to
to
go to my screen.
Yeah, so again, I hope everyone is following along on your device. Okay, I'm just showing it from my Zoom, but again, you see, you can be in Zoom and you can hit your home screen and do other things while you're in Zoom. So yes, once you go to your home screen, Yvonne, hold an open space with your finger and you should see
Uh-huh.
a button at the top left.
Yeah, I see it on, uh-huh.
So don't do it on mine. You got to do it on your device, okay?
Exactly. And it says edit. I can see it now.
When you hit edit, you'll see the three options. If you want to add the widget, you hit add widget and you see all the different options.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So play around with it. But you know how to get there now, which I love.
Yeah, absolutely. I was looking at your screen, not mine.
Well, I want you to do both. I want everyone to do both. You
No,
gotta
what you're saying like me, we wasn't seeing the word edit on your screen.
uh
No, the word edit was not on your screen.
Right.
Now it is on mine again. Whenever you have the apps to shake, when you have the app start to shake, now you see it says edit at the again. You can try it on your device as well. So, you can hit edit at the top left. So again, do either of those three options, or it says done at the top right, and then that way you can stop shaking and just move regularly and go into apps.
And the smart stack again gives you what, Alex?
So yes, it's those
Smart
smart
stack.
It's you can put multiple apps in one. So you see how on my first screen I have this smart stack with these two apps, but you can have a lot of apps in one stack. So basically you don't have a screen full of widgets. It's kind of like one. So like this one, right? It looks like there's seven in here that they pre-added, but you can add as many as you want or remove as many of them in the stack as you'd like as
And
well.
then when you finish, to stop it from wiggling, what do you do?
So you can either just tap an open space again or hit done at the top right.
Okay.
Like that. If you don't want the apps to shake anymore, hit done at the top right or just tap an open space again. Okay, whenever you tap, you see, look, whenever I move, so it's really important. You move, you can move apps as we talked about. You can put them into folders, you can add widgets, all from when they're shaking. Okay, but if you don't want them to shake anymore, just tap an open space or hit the done button or option at the top right.
Right.
Great question. All right, folks. Great, great, great. Thanks so much.
Now, okay.
Uh-huh.
I see customize. That means
Huh?
where it says customize.
Okay, yeah. So I always recommend you try things out. If you hit customize, you'll see at the bottom, some things will come up like light, dark. So you can have the apps to appear light or dark. It's just,
Oh, okay.
visually how you want to see it. Dark is way easier on the eyes, but sometimes you may want it to be light, or you can even have it adjust. So at sunset, it will be dark. If during the day, it will be light, the apps. You see how the black is easier on your eyes a bit than the light? Well,
Yes.
So at nighttime, it's really good to look at the black because if you're looking at bright white light or something like that, yellow light, whatever, it will make it harder for you to fall asleep. So I utilize this too.
Well, where it says small and large.
For the icons, you can do small icons or large icons. I'm sharing my screen, so I tried it before and it didn't change much, but when you have them large, you don't see the names of the apps anymore. You see that?
Oh,
Yes, but they're not larger, but you can, I don't personally use the large because it just doesn't make much of a difference. I like seeing the names of the apps, so
sure. I didn't know that would happen.
But I'm sharing my screen. I have not tested that without my screen sharing, so the apps may be larger, but yeah, I'm glad you're exploring. So keep experimenting, Yvonne. I know that's right.
For real.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Miss Marie, you had a question?
Yes, where do you find the widgets to add?
So if you want to add a widget or move apps or move stuff into folders, again, you hold an open space. So if you're on your home screen right now, Miss Marie, so again, make sure you hit your home button and you're at your home screen, not mine. You hold the open space with your finger, and then you see it says edit at the top left. So again, if you're following along, you should see edit at the top.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if you click on it, you will then hit add widget and you will choose a widget to add either a stack or an individual widget.
okay, I see them.
Mm,
Thank you.
my pleasure.
And Alex, you said if you add stack, you'll get a lot of different themes.
Yep, a lot of different widgets, and then they have some preset, but you can, delete them as you please. So like edit stack, I can delete this one if I want to. And then look at the top left, I can hit add and I can add widgets to this stack or delete them as I please.
Hmm. Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Yes, I love it. I love this review going over this. This is really fun. Again, when you hold anything, you might get other options. So that's how I got to edit stack, or you can edit a widget, right? So this is the YouTube widget. I can hold it, I can hit edit widget, and whatever comes up. Every app is going to be a little different. So it's all about testing things out. Okay. We talked about this last week, but the app library is very useful. It shows you all of your apps into folders and categories, and the apps that you use most are near the top of the screen, so you can very easily access them. So the app library is very easy to access. So I want everyone on our Zoom, you know, if on your Apple device to access your app library. Okay, so hit your home button to go to your home screen. Okay, and tap the bottom rightmost button in the dock. So look on this screenshot, you see that there you should see again on all iPads, okay? On iPhone, you're not going to have this button, but you can still access the app library by swiping through to the last screen. But you could do that on iPad too. The iPad just has the app library at the bottom right. But look, if I go to my last screen, like this. So this is my second to last. This is my last screen. Look what happens when I swipe my finger again. I go to my app library. So if you have like 2 or 3 screens, you know, you could just swipe through very easy, like easier, right? But you can always, again, hit the icon at the very bottom right. Okay, and you see it again, it organizes all of your apps into folders. Again, you're not setting it out, it does it for you. So easy, right? And then you can see the app. Hey, it's right there. It's right there. It's right there, right? And you can also search for an app. You all see the search bar where it says app library. So you can tap and search for an app as well. So please, again, home button at the bottom right, app library, or you can swipe to the very end. So after your last screen, again, iPhones, there is no app library button that I know of. You swipe to the very last screen, and look, I get to my app library on my phone. Okay, on my phone, here's my app library by swiping to the last screen. And I hope it's very helpful, right? If you're just looking for something quickly, if you don't know where it is, but you can also add icons to your home screen. So maybe you want, maybe I want my Paramount Plus icon to be on this screen or whatever, right? You can access it. Look at that zoom. I may want it to be on this screen. I love the app library. You see, I can then tap on it, and in whatever screen I'm on, I can add an app to the screen, or I can add, you know, the app to the dock. I have YouTube twice. um, so I'm gonna hit remove from home screen. And that's just literally removing the icon. But yes, if you have used the app library, if you've checked it out during our call, if you use it regularly, unmute and just share like, yes, or I have. Any comments on the app library? What do you use it? Is it helpful? I think it's very helpful if you're looking for an app and you just don't feel like looking through your screen.
So,
But again, uh-huh.
so you can search in the app library.
One way to search apps on your iPad in the app library, that is definitely one way to do so.
Yeah, I use the app library. I use that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, sometimes you just may want to look for a particular app and it has like, you know, a lot of suggestions and your recently used ones. So if you have a lot of screens or a lot of apps, sometimes it's really easy to take a look at it. They're just
Mm-hmm.
real easy. You just tap one button and it goes right there, right?
It goes right there, and then you can see the app that you're looking for without having to search all those screens.
Yep, screens and the search bar, you can type it in. So if I wanted Zoom, ZOOM, bam, it's right there. But I
Mm-hmm.
see it right here in the business folder that they made. So either way, it's you know, it's a convenience. I love it. Thank you for sharing. All right. Again, any other comments? Again, I hope you've been through some of these. Again, wallpaper, moving your apps, putting them into folders, adding widgets, using the app library. Hope you guys are enjoying. We did talk about this just a second ago, but yes, if you want to remove or delete apps, we've talked about in module 1 many, many, many times. You can go to settings, general, iPad storage, and you can delete apps or check out your iPad storage from there. Okay, so yes, again, we covered this in module 1, so actually next week's module, but I'll go over here anyway. I'm going to go to settings. You're going to go to general and you're going to hit iPad storage. And you can see, you know, the storage of your iPad, see what apps are taking up the most storage, which ones you may want to delete. You can delete apps. So for example, if I didn't use solitaire, but I just played solitaire, I tap on it, then I can delete the app or offload the app. So for this one, I'd probably offload it because it only has 5 MB of storage, very small, and then I can save 400. Offloading removes the storage used by the actual app, but keeps the data. So I'm going to offload it instead of deleting it. But if you don't use an app like Candy Crush, I don't play Candy Crush anymore. So maybe I'll delete the app from here. So you could do it that way and just see the actual storage, right? But for, you know, if you're just going through, hey, you don't need this, you don't need that, etc., then you can go on your home screen and delete apps, just kind of like we moved it. So you hold the open screen and you hit the minus. Okay, so for example, this app, Unzip, I don't use this one too much, or maybe this one, you know, anyone, right? You hit the minus if you want to delete the app or remove it from your, you know, home screen, but that doesn't save any storage, it just removes the icon. You hit delete app, and then you hit delete. You can, of course, re-download it from the App Store. Just because you delete an app doesn't mean you can't re-download it. But if you had any, you know, save progress in there, etc., it may not, you know, come up when you re-download it unless you offloaded the app. So that's also a way to delete apps. And for me, I don't, you know, the iPad has you know, the 9th gen iPad has quite a bit of storage. So I have, it was getting there. I have like 4 GB until it's full, and it's never good to be full on storage. That's when your iPad kind of starts to slow down a lot. But it's just good to look through your apps and maybe see the ones that you don't use anymore. So you know, I test out a lot of different things. So this app I don't use. Um, that one I do, but yeah, just it's all about seeing what apps you may not use. It's good to do some spring cleaning. Like these games, I don't play all of these games like that. So like this one, but we played them before in the past. I hope you guys enjoy. I love Word Up or these line puzzle ones. It's cool. Wordscapes is always fun. But that's how you can delete um, an app. Okay, so any questions on that? Deleting apps, removing.
One fear of aging Americans
Or
is
widgets.
give up their independence. But
Okay. And then you can also remove widgets that way. So if I want to remove this YouTube widget, again, I can have the app shake, or again, hold the actual widget that I want to delete. Hit the minus, hit remove. So removing the widget, you know, it just, you can always, I can always put it back in. I can have multiple of the same. You can be so creative with this. So any comments on removing, deleting apps and widgets? Any comments? Okay. All right, but that looks it to be for our session today. I hope it was helpful in just navigating and just, you know, having fun with your iPad and, you know, just being able to easily navigate it. That way, you know, if you use such and such apps, they're really easy to access, and you can really personalize your home screen in many different ways. So for me, maybe one time you'll see I'll just have a few screens. I'll organize my apps into folders, remove the ones I may not use anymore, or put the ones that I don't use often maybe in a folder, changing the background to a favorite color, putting some apps in and out of the dock that I, you know, use, or, you know, it's always good to do a summer cleanup. So thank you all so much. What is one?
But Alex, I
Yep.
have a question. It don't have anything to do with deleting apps. But how did you delete old pictures? I got a lot of old photos that I want to delete off of my iPad.
Mhm.
I know it's a different situation.
And it's cool. So yes, if for pictures like in your Photos app, just so I would think of it akin to like emails. So in the which is great because in emails, remember in the Mail app, you can hit select and you can select a lot of photos at once. You can do the same idea on your iPad. So go to Photos, and you should probably see a select button at the top right. You see it right here on mine, it says select. then you can select multiple photos and hit the trash can and delete them. So
Oh, okay. So photo select at the top right. Okay.
photos and select at the top right. Very easy.
Okay. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks so much for asking. So thank you again. Today we went over, just going over this one more time. We went over changing the wallpaper on your device, moving apps and widgets, organizing your apps into folders, widgets and what they are on your iPad, how to add them, using the app library on your iPad to access different apps very easily, and removing and deleting apps and widgets. So thank you all so much. What is one new process that you learned how to do today? What was interesting to you? What's your favorite feature? And just in general, why do you think managing your home screen is important on your device? No matter if you're on your phone, your iPhone, iPad, or even Android device, right? If you're on an Android phone, you can do very similarly, like move the apps around and screens and such. So if you have an Android phone, just kind of try to apply what you learned today here to your device. It may differ very slightly, but it's you know pretty universal features. So you can unmute and share. I hope this was helpful, and I certainly had fun and great questions. I love when you guys ask questions. They certainly help me learn as well.
Well, the one that I like is the folders, where you can put a group, like for instance, all your utility like your gas, water, and etc. in one folder. I like that app. So that was the one that I was attracted to when you did that one.
Yeah, I love it. Again, being able to just move different apps into one can just make things so convenient or easy to look at. But everyone has a different style. Like I don't mind having them not look like this, but it's everyone's taste. It's up to you.
Yeah.
But it can be so easy. I love my phone. I can go to it. I can go to an app in like 5-10 seconds because once you use it more, like I've had this structure on my phone for a while now. So when you get used to the layout a bit and just change some things here and there, it really helps out with navigation.
If I don't, let me see, am I on mute? Okay.
No?
If I don't see an app at the dock down there, I go to that library. I use that all the time. I use it all the time, the library, because I have so many apps. And then I go to library and look, and then I click on the app, and that's that. So I have to manage it because I have so many that I have to manage my home screen. So that I learned how to do that, and I know how to go to the library, and I know how to go to my dock and click on apps like that.
Yeah, I like that one too. It's the first time I've seen that one.
Oh, I love that, Geraldine. Yes. So you see, I have quite a bit too. So, well, I'm gonna try. You see, I have 3 screens down here. You see, on your end, you should see these dots. You see how you can travel between your screens very easily. I just hold
Mm-hmm.
and drag these dots, so I can quickly go
Mm-hmm.
to the front or the back. So that's also another tip too. So, but
Mm-hmm.
I will eventually maybe just have like 3 or 4 screens of apps.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about a lot of apps, so this is not like a one and done thing. That's okay. Do a little bit at a time. Maybe I'll do a screen a day and just kind of clean things up or move things around. So
Mm-hmm.
you. But thank you for sharing. I appreciate your participation.
You're welcome.
Hmm. Anyone else? Any thoughts? Your favorite feature today, or a new process that you learned how to do today, or what you were interested in? Any thoughts? You can unmute yourself and share.
I learned how to do the wallpaper.
Mm.
And
What'd you add, Louise?
I have that fancy many colors,
Mm-hmm.
the wallpaper and the widget changing,
Mm-hmm.
and what else was there?
Yeah,
I got a reminder about the screenshot.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. Oh yeah, screenshots, home screen, I mean home button. Well, on the iPad, it's gonna be home button and power button. And that's how you take a screenshot, just like I did here.
yeah.
just now.
And the app library. I
Hmm.
realized that they were all in fours, you know, the little squares, and then the apps are in there.
Yeah, so you can just quickly access them. So if I wanted to go to Netflix, I don't have to find Netflix through my apps. Again, I can use the app library, but I also did talk about the spotlight. You just drag your finger down in the middle just a little bit, and you
Mhm.
can also search for apps that way too.
Yeah, it was a lot, but it was good,
Hmm.
as we do forget.
Yeah,
Amen.
I forget too, so when I look over things, I'm like, oh yeah, that's how you do it. So
Yeah.
I forgot how to do a smart stack when I seen that slide, but then when I went there, I was like, oh, okay, that, things, you got to remember, you got to retain. I wish we could just look at something and just retain it immediately as that 10-year-old on uh, the genius doctor 10-year-old. That was an amazing show, but yeah, he said he wished we could just retain everything. There are some bad
No.
sides to it, right? But it's but that's what makes us human, learning, repetition, watching the video and just practicing.
Yeah.
Gotta practice.
Hmm.
You go to class, you got to do your homework a
Yeah.
little bit, right? And just
Yeah, that's it, doing the homework.
review and rewind. So that's you don't have to do it for hours and hours and hours. Just
I have a question too. Uh,
okay.
well, I seem to have forgotten my Xfinity password. How do you double check that?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Yvonne. I thank goodness that I have Xfinity, so I know what to do. So if you've forgotten it,
I,
so okay, so let me ask you this
Forgot
question. Is
I
password.
it the password to your Xfinity account, or is it your Wi-Fi password?
it's my Xfinity account, my Comcast.
Okay, so if you have Xfinity, we talked about the Xfinity app on Tuesday. I would go into the app, and if when you try to sign in, there's probably a forgot password
Oh,
button that you can click on. I have it on my phone. I don't use it on my iPad, but yeah, it goes straight in there for me because I have the like the face, I have the biometrics. But when you go into your app, if you're not logged in, you should stay logged in. I wouldn't log out of it each time I use it because it's going on your app. But
uh,
I would, if you're at that login screen, there's probably a forgot password option, and make sure you click on that and follow the steps. Okay.
and just click on the Xfinity.
Well, again, the Xfinity app, it's purple. I think.
Yes, I see it. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's purple. So that's what it looks like on mine and on my phone here. And
And then
you should see that maybe probably a forgot password option somewhere on there.
it says open. Okay. Yeah, I think I forgotten it. Yeah, so let's see.
So I would go into the app and then there should definitely be the option to see it in there, okay?
Yeah, okay.
But if you're logged in, there should you on my app, I have the toolbar at the bottom with all the different options. So I would see what the app says. But if you need assistance, I would recommend you contact Xfinity too. You can also do that in their customer service. So
Can't you just put forget password and then they give you the
that's
option?
And
that's
then
what that's it should be there. Or reset password, forgot password. It just
Yes,
you know,
something like
yeah, it does. Uh-huh.
so you would,
yeah.
yeah, so that's good. That way you don't got to call, just go through the steps. And if you don't have Touch ID set up, I recommend you do. So you could do the password, so you could save the password, so you don't have to remember it, all that good stuff. Okay.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, again, any last thoughts? Any on these features, widgets, removing? Any thoughts on today? I thought it was quite really fun. Thanks so much.
Alex, I have a question.
Mhm.
I have on my app library, I have I guess it's a folder that says hidden. And
Mhm.
in order to get in it, I have to use my Touch ID.
Mhm.
And I do that, but there's nothing showing when after I do that. So what am I not doing correctly?
Yeah, so thank you. So sometimes you can not hide an app, but you can require that you use your Touch ID to enter it. So that's a great question. I meant to bring that up today, but I didn't for whatever reason. So let me go to this app. It doesn't matter. So this is my old rental app. So you see how I hold it, and then the app itself, and then you see it says require Touch ID.
Right.
So when you do that, yes, require Touch ID for Zigo. So this app will require Touch ID. It will not appear in the preview, so you won't get any notifications, or it won't be in the spotlight. So that's why you see it's hidden. So you can just require Touch ID to get in there, but still have it show, or you can hide and require Touch ID. So look, it hides the app. It won't appear on the iPad. You won't get any notifications. And there you go. Now it's hidden. I haven't done that on my iPad, so this is good. If I go to my app library, I see hidden.
Right. That's what I have. That's what
I tap on it.
Yeah.
Tap on it. So I tap on the folder, hidden, and then there you go.
Oh, okay. So I didn't tap on the folder after I.
Yes. So
Okay. I got
So look, even if I go out of the app library, every time you go into the app or even the folder, yeah. In this case, this is like yeah, you'll see the folder and there you go. Then you can go in it once you verify your Touch IDs.
Then I can tap it. Okay, got it. Okay.
But look, let me unhide it. Don't require Touch ID. I held it and then I used my finger and
Oh, okay.
now it's no longer hidden.
Okay, great.
I just probably will have to add it back to the home screen so I can search it, hold it, and drag it, or I could go to the app library and hold it and drag it
Oh, okay.
and back to the home screen or whatever area.
Okay.
I'm so happy I was able to assist you with that, and thank you for showing me something new.
Oh, okay. Thank you for helping me.
Yes. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Thank you. You guys show me so much, so I appreciate that. I hope this session, thank you all again for your questions. Again, I put in the chat cyber scenes information if you need one-on-one assistance with something. Of course, I try to assist after our class as much as you can. You just kind of have to let me know through DM or email. But for a lot of things, please, utilize that service. So I just put it in the chat again. But thank you all so much for coming on, and make sure you all stay on for our poll. But afterwards, of course, you can chat, check in with each other, all that good stuff. But it was a pleasure to present, and I can't wait for y'all to watch this on YouTube. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have to leave. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so
leave.
where's the
Thank you.